this now. All right, so we are recording and we are live, and it is Sunday, December 3rd, and we are not very far away from the actual physical launch. So I'm really excited about this. I got to be a part of the 80-day obsession coach test group, which, oh gosh, we started in August, and the program's actually 97 days because it's 80 days of actual workouts and you get a rest day. It's a 6-day-a-week program. Your rest day is on Sunday, and there are 3 different phases. And so we finished up right before we went to leadership in November, and it was the most incredible experience. And I'll explain a little bit about that. But some of you that are joining this call, may have been invited by another coach. So if you are, let me just very quickly introduce myself. My name is Melanie Mitro, and I am a Team Beachbody coach. I've been a coach for 6.5 years. I started in July of 2011 after having my second little boy, and I was looking for a way to get back in shape after having kids. And for me, and maybe many of you are listening to this isn't just your first experience with Team Beachbody fitness programs, or you're just going through your first challenge group. And I can tell you that I had absolutely no idea what an online support and accountability group was. I had no idea what portion control or proper nutrition really looked like. I had a very jaded view of nutrition, very jaded view of fitness and exercise and health and lifestyle. And so Beachbody really has introduced me to the concept of, fueling your body with good food, high quality, nutrient dense food. Your body, what you eat, what do you put in your body is the fuel. If you put in crappy fuel, you're going to get a crappy performance. And so I have not only changed my own life, but I've changed my family's life and the people around me. And it really inspired me to become a coach and make this my business, because I truly wanted to educate people on proper nutrition. And so, I wanted to practice what I was preaching. And so I have gone on to do every single Beachbody fitness program that pretty much they've ever created. One way or another, I think I've just about done them all. And I can tell you that, as somebody who was not somebody that was a pretty regular exerciser to starting to do Beachbody workouts, it's really become, oh, sorry, somebody just got unmuted. You guys gotta kind of make sure you stay muted there. Okay. So somebody that was not a workout person turned workout person, I can tell each and every one of you that you can break the cycle of sort of emotional eating. You can break the cycle of yo-yo dieting. You can break the cycle of buying fitness programs and then collecting dust on the shelf. But I will tell you that it is work, and it does take time. It does take effort. It does take energy. But I can tell you, if you lean into that and you really lean into the support, that you can truly change your lifestyle, your thinking. You can develop the skills and the tools and that you need to travel and go on vacation and to really create a lifestyle where you feel balanced and you're not deprived, you're not constantly on a diet, you're not beating yourself up for starting over every Monday. And so, I love that every quarter, if not more, sometimes less, Beachbody does create a new fitness program, and it gives me something new to look forward to. It also challenges my fitness. It keeps things energized. It gives me a way to not get stuck in a rut and to constantly be keeping out of that plateau mentality. So I love it, and I'm excited for you guys to experience this program too. So, anybody that you're working with that is a part of our team, we all practice and preach lifestyle change. We all are leading by example. We'll all be walking you through this program together. So no matter who your coach is or how you found this group, just please know that our goal is to support you as best as possible. All right. So let's jump into this. Let's get started with 80-day obsession. So I want to kind of just give you a little bit of background, right? 80-day obsession is going to launch. The package options are going to launch on December the 14th. This is a really exciting thing that I actually just found out today as I was reading through, is that our 80-day obsession challenge packs and accessory packages are going to be discounted, which I think is really cool. They're going to be a $10 or pound discount pre-launch from December 14th to January 14th. So that's something to kind of keep in mind as we're going through and I'm explaining things to you this evening. So you can kind of check that out. All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is the 80-day obsession program. So basically, 80-day obsession is it's a step-by-step approach to building your body. So whether you need to lose weight or you say to yourself, I want to tone, I want to lose inches, I want to gain muscle, I want to gain strength, I want to shape my body, I want to challenge myself to see if I can get in better shape, if I can get abs, or I can lift my booty, or I can fit into those skinny jeans. Or I've heard people, like even myself, like getting rid of the pancake butt, or the stick legs, or whatever. Sort of when you look at your body and you're like, I'd like to shape, I'd like to tone, I'd like to tweak, want to take my fitness to the next level. That really is 80-day obsession. So it is 80 days of an intense focus on nutrition and fitness over 13 weeks. Now, a lot of us, and I'll be very candidly honest with you, that we don't love the name obsession, 80-day obsession. Because what is that? What do you feel when you hear that? You think to yourself, oh gosh, I'm going to be obsessed with my food. I'm going to be obsessed with how I look. I'm going to be obsessed with my body and the number on the scale. And that is the one thing that I'll be very honest with you, that I don't love the name 80-day obsession, but I can tell you that I want you to think about this differently. And this is the way I think about 80-day obsession, is I think about it as leaning in to my fitness and saying to myself, you know what, I know it takes 21 days to create a habit. I know that after 21 days, I've gotten the basics down pat. It becomes more of a routine, but the underlying issues never go away. And underlying issues are your emotional eating, then life kind of starts to get in the way, right? You've got emotional eating, you have, kids that are misbehaving, or a bad day at work, or you go on a trip, or you go on a vacation, or a holiday pops up in there, right? And so you go into that phase 2 and you're like, oh gosh, life is starting to get to me, and I'm working really hard at this, and now I need to really uncover the emotional connection that I have to food, and how I handle stress, and how I view, a healthy body weight, and how do I get that freedom from food. And so that second part of the program is about really uncovering that deep, what's really driving you to want to make this change, and what things do you need to change in order to get the best results possible. And so that's really the second phase. And then the third phase is like, okay, I'm really seeing my body change. I'm really seeing that I'm changing, and now I want to move forward. And so, that last phase is kind of really toning it down and just really kind of pulling it together. So very exciting stuff. It's a great program. So it's 80 days. Each workout is different. So every single workout is different throughout the entire program. She doesn't repeat the same one. The only one that is, it's called the cardio flow. So you do that same workout, but she does change the amount of reps that you're doing throughout there. The workout is 45 to 60 minutes a day for 6 days a week for the entire 80 days. That is a change. How many of you are like, I do 30-minute workouts. I like my 22-minute hardcore. I can't even imagine going back to an hour workout. But I'm going to tell you, while it is a change going back to our P90X and, insanity days, the workouts go fast. There's a great Spotify playlist that you can use. And Autumn keeps you moving and changing, and it's not monotonous. And I promise you that those 45 to 60 minutes will just fly by. And so trust me, you're just going to have to rearrange your schedule, which is the good part now, because it's only December 3rd and you've got a little bit of time before the program launches to figure out how you're going to shift or change around your schedule. The equipment that is needed, you will need resistance loops. You'll need sliders, the weights, and a mat. We'll talk a little bit more about the loops, but the resistance loops, they are going to go around your ankles sometimes. They will go around your thighs. They will go around the bottoms of your feet, and you will use those to build your muscle. There will be 2 sets of loops, resistance loops, that come in each package option. There is a 9-inch, and then I think a 12-inch is what they said, 9 and 12. And so based on your height, based on your weight, you'll either use the smaller or the larger size of resistance bands. And you'll know pretty quickly if they roll or if they're uncomfortable, that you'll need to size up or size down. All right. And then if you already have resistance loops because you bought them before, please buy them again because you will need them. They will stretch. They will sometimes they break. That happens because you use them every workout. And and Autumn will say over and over, if you get little tears, you get little rips, like replace them. So I always just had a backup set, and I did need them halfway through. All right, you'll get the resistance sliders, the little sliders, and you will use those whether you're on carpet or hardwood or concrete. They either have a little black booty that you take off or put on depending on the surface that you are on, so you'll need that no matter where you go. You will need weights. You'll need a light, medium, and a heavy set of weights depending on if you're doing leg exercises, it's a little heavier. If you're lifting arms, it's a little lighter. So you're gonna wanna get yourself some weights, and then you will need a mat because you are on the ground, you are on your knees, and you need to have that cushion. So a yoga mat or like a little thick foam mat would work just fine. The other thing is a lot of people are like, can I get the physical DVDs? Well, you cannot. So this program is only accessed through Beachbody On Demand, all right? So you will have to have Beachbody On Demand because it is all streaming of these workouts. It's the first program that they have not had physical DVDs. We were the test group, so the group that I was a part of, we actually went through the program as Beachbody was creating it, which was pretty awesome. So we were the uncut version, and we got to be part of the production going through it. So it's awesome. She talks to you throughout the workouts. She says you should be feeling a certain way at this point in time, and she and the cast actually did the program to the T while we were going through it too. So she really talks about being tired and self-care and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. So that is the 80-day obsession program. That's a little bit about what it specifically is. It's like going to the gym and having Autumn in your house being that personal trainer. So for example, like the first week you might do 3 sets of 10, and then the next week you may do 2 sets of 15, and then and then she kind of switches it up, with your reps and the amount of weight, and heavier and lighter, and you're double looping your bands. And so she is constantly challenging your body. I will tell you that you do need to have a base level of fitness going into this workout. It is more of an intermediate or advanced in your fitness level. If you have never done a 21-day fix or a fix extreme program before, I will say you would want to start with that first. So you have plenty enough time to get yourself into a fitness program with one of us. So whoever your coach is, just reach out to them and say, you know what, I need to at least get some sort of base level of fitness. I want to make sure I understand the nutrition, the portion fix, nutrition plan, so that you can confidently move into 80-day obsession. I will tell you that there were people in the test group that had 100 pounds to lose. There were people in the test group that had 0 pounds to lose, and they were just toning up and shredding their body. So no matter where you are at on the spectrum, as long as you have the ability to say, I know this is going to be a process, I'm not going to be able to do everything full out right from the beginning, but I will give it the best that I have, you'll be fine. You'll modify, you'll take breaks, you can hit pause, and you'll do great, and you will see your body change. If you're worried about the fact that maybe you already have a little bit of extra, junk in the trunk, and you're like, I don't want to make my junk any bigger, well, you don't have to worry about that, because obviously you're going to be losing inches, you'll be lifting, you'll be tightening, you'll be toning, you're not going to be putting on muscle mass or growing this ginormous butt. All right, so just in case you were wondering that, I know some people were a little scared about that as well, and there is no need to add in an extra workout. So you will be getting just enough workout, you'll be getting just enough, as far as nutrition goes. This is all I would encourage you to do. Like, I know I was super tired from this workout program while I was doing it. All right. Okay. So let me do this. Hang on one second. I see that somebody is annotating on my board. So let me just figure out what this is. All right. I think we're good. All right. So next, let's move on. We are going to what is timed nutrition. So that's the next part. All right. So timed nutrition basically is Beachbody, you're following the portion fix. So you still are going through and following the container system. How many of you have done the container system before, right? So the container system is where you get an allotted number of containers per day based on your weight and based on whether you want to lose weight or you are in maintenance. So you will be given an allotment for the containers. And so, for example, like you would get 4 red containers, which are your proteins, and anything you can fit in that red container, you can eat. If you get 3 purple containers, which is your fruits, then as you fill up that container 3 times and you can eat that, right? And so that's what your nutrition plan follows the portion fix. But with this program, we're using what is called timed nutrition. So basically, Autumn is looking at this and saying, we need to fuel our bodies prior to your workout and after your workout. You cannot do this workout on an empty stomach. That was really hard for me because I like to work out at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't eat typically before I work out. I drink my Energize and off to, my basement I go to get in my workout. And so for me, I really had to change my mindset in this process. So, I had to think to myself, okay, I've got to get up. I would set my alarm, at 5 o'clock, get up, I would eat my first meal, and then a half hour later, I would drink my Energize, I would do my personal development, I'd read a book, I would do my devotional, I'd get the kids' lunches packed, whatever, go down to the basement, do my 1 hour workout, drink my big, huge thing of water, and then after my workout, I would come up, I would make my Beachbody Recover shake, I would get a shower, get the kids ready for school, and then I would eat my post-workout meal. So it's like an hour before you work out, you have a meal, then you work out for that hour, then you have your recover, and then you've got another meal after that, and then every 2.5 to 3 hours for the rest of the day, you are spacing out your food. So basically, you want to make sure you're feeding your muscles before and you're feeding your muscles after. It is more than enough food. You are not going to be starving. You're going to feel really good. You are going to have a great energy level, but you will have to plan it out a little bit. So how do you have to plan this out? Well, she does give you like specific containers. So for example, your first meal of the day, she gives you 2 options because I do not like to eat in the morning. It actually makes me a little nauseous. So, she talks about these big, ginormous breakfasts with oatmeal and fruit and protein and a good fat and vegetables. And I'm like, I can't do that. I get up and I work out in the morning. So I just swapped it out. She gives you another option just to have a protein, a fruit, and a good fat. And so I would hard boil eggs, and I would just eat 2 hard boiled eggs. I would eat a half a banana and a scoop of almond butter. And that would be my morning meal before I did my workout. So there are options. If you don't have a structure where you have to work out at a specific time, you can do it a little later in the day, then your workout block will just be adjusted accordingly. All right. So that is sort of the game plan for the time nutrition. If you're in maintenance, and for me, I didn't want to lose weight, so I jumped up. So don't be afraid of the brackets. Don't be afraid of moving up or moving down. And the good part is that we are going to help you with this. We are going to guide you every single step of the way, teaching you how to meal plan, teaching you how to rearrange your schedule. I did take a cooler with me. So one of the things that I do have is a little Jack's cooler that I bought on Amazon. And if we were going out, we were going to be gone all day, or if you have to work, I would just pack all my meals in these little portion containers that I had. And that's how I would take my food with me wherever I went. And it really wasn't hard. It was just that act of planning it out ahead of time. And as soon as you get into a good roll with it, you are definitely good to go. All right, using the portion fix, different timing on your rest days. So on your rest day, which is your Sundays, you don't have the same timing because you don't have a workout block. So you're just eating every 2.5 to 3 hours, just like you would as you were following portion fix. There is also what's called a refeed day. So that's a really awesome opportunity for you to kind of fuel up. So how many of you have ever hit a plateau in your fitness and you were like, oh my goodness, I am stuck. I am stuck at this number on the scale. I can't seem to get below it. I just don't feel like I'm getting the results that I want. Well, sometimes when you are following a nutrition plan for, an extended period of time, your body gets used to it. Your body stops producing the same results. So Autumn works in these sort of refeed days. And basically it is in the first 6 weeks, and then every 2 to 3 weeks after that, she gives you like a high carb day where you get extra carbs and extra fruits, and she allows you some fix approved cheats and treats in there. So pancakes and some of the cookies and the peanut butter balls, and so you can have some of those extra treats on that day. And then she puts it on a leg day, so you're doing a really intense workout. But it's funny because people would be like, oh my gosh, I just ate so much food. And then the next day they're like, I can see my abs, because you like shocked your system. You shocked your system, not with crap, but with good food. And it sort of gives your metabolism that jumpstart, that glycogen, and you start to see different results because of that. So you get these refeed days, which are really awesome, that are a part of this program too. And then the last thing, I already mentioned this before, is the whole maintenance versus weight loss. So when it comes to, the program, and it comes to whether or not you're doing this for maintenance or for weight loss, I was following the maintenance plan because I did not want to lose weight. I really wanted to build muscle. And so I was following the maintenance plan. I was in plan C. I was eating a lot of food every single day. And I noticed the most dramatic changes in my body when I was actually eating more. And I wasn't eating just more crap. I was eating really good quality, nutrient dense food. Okay. All right. Questions so far? Do you guys have questions about this specific program before we move on? I just want to kind of stop there for one moment and see what questions you guys have. Anything? Anything you want me to elaborate on when it comes to the time nutrition or the workout blocks, or do you have to have a pre-workout meal? I work out. So Erica, that's the same thing with me too. I do work out first thing in the morning, and yes, you do have to have a pre-workout meal. So you have to do that part of it. So again, you can swap it out, and maybe you don't do the big meal. You do what I did, which was the smaller meal. And so you think about, okay, like you've got a good 6 weeks to really think this through. Of all the things that I could eat, what are the things I think I could stomach first thing in the morning? And so that's kind of how you think that one through. Okay. What workout need to be in the would workout? No. So Rachel, that's another one, is you can work out any time of the day. So the workouts will be loaded into Beachbody On Demand. They'll be when you wake up on Sunday morning on January 14th, all the workouts are going to be listed in there. And so you'll have them all loaded. So you can work out at whatever time you want to work out. And it doesn't matter. So you won't have to do. One of the things we will do as part of the 80-Day Obsession sort of beta launch group is we'll have a live Zoom call. So if you want to work out as a group, we will have sort of an ongoing Zoom that, if you want to work out with the crew and you want to work out with other coaches and other challengers, we'll kind of have a live feed where we say, okay, live workouts at this time, and we'll stream the workout, and then everybody will kind of be on a Zoom together, which we've done that before, and it's actually a lot of fun. So we'll do that through this too. There is a vegan meal plan. Yes, Rebecca, they give you a vegan meal plan option in there as well. She spends a lot of time on that, so you will have a lot of options for that as well. Does the program give you the containers for food? Yes, Veronica, you will get that. I'll actually go through that with like the program options here in a little bit. I'll walk you through those options as well. Lauren, are the pre-workout meals something specific? Yes, they are something specific. So it is. So for example, the meal plan that I was following, it was a protein. This was the smaller meal. It was a protein. It was a protein, a fruit, and a good fat was what I would have for breakfast. So it was like a red, a purple, and a spoon. If you're doing the bigger meal, it's like a yellow, a red, a green, so they're like the bigger meal gives you more options too. So yes, I know a lot of people, I even made like the little breakfast cups, the egg white breakfast muffins. And those were something I would just pull out of the refrigerator and eat those in the morning too. So those are some simple things that you can prep that we'll share with you ahead of time as far as meals go as well. All right. What are the recommended free weight ranges? Brittany, that really does depend on your body. You obviously are going to lift more in your upper body than you would in your lower body. You are definitely, I would say for me personally, like anything that is where I'm doing shoulders, like this way, I can't do anything lateral over like 8 pounds. But in my legs, I can lift up to 30 and 35 pounds. So it really depends on your strength. So I think you have to determine as you're doing the workouts, if something is too easy for you and you've been using the same weights for 7 weeks, it's time to up those weights too. So you're going to know when you need to. So maybe weights would be something that would go on your Christmas list this year. If you're thinking about this ahead of time, I have the Select Tech, sort of the Bowflex adjustable weights, but I also have just a rack of weights that we bought at Costco that go from 10 pounds all the way up to, I think, 25 pounds is what we have downstairs too. All right. What Beachbody supplements are recommended. I will talk about that as we go through as well. I work out in the afternoon and my lunchtime is at 1. Should I push it back? Natalie, I think it's up to you. If you want to do your work, if you can work out, if you can change it, you can. If not, you don't have to. So you would just eat your meals, like your other meals of the day. You would eat in the morning, and then you would have your pre-workout meal, and then you would work out whatever time that's going to be, and then you would have your post-workout meal. So everything is circled around your workout time of the day. So that's the way you're going to kind of look at it. And it will tell you what containers leading up to or on which end, and then you can kind of work that in there. So yes. All right, can we do Shakeology with a fruit and peanut butter? Yep, absolutely. You can do that. You could do Shakeology in the morning too, and that would be fine. All right. Okay, will there ever be a cheat meal allowed for 80 days? Good question. So here's the thing. 80-day obsession, when we did it as a test group, it was like, no, there are no cheats, there are no treats, there's no alcohol, there is no nothing for 80 days. You are a part of a coach test group. We want you to get the very best results possible. Like, we want you to do the program and show people what it is like to physically follow a program to the T and get results. So when I was going through it, in my mind, that's the way I looked at it. So I think for all of you, you have to think about what is your expectations of the program? What kind of results do you want to get? So a couple of things. Do you want to say to yourself, what can my body do if for 80 days I did not have a cheat or a treat? If I didn't drink alcohol, if for 80 days I was so focused, like, wonder what my body could physically achieve. If you say to yourself, I really want the challenge, I want to know what my body can do, then you're going to follow it for 80 days with no cheats or treats. If you say to yourself, I just really don't care about that. I just really want to be healthy. I just really want to challenge my body. I just really want to do a new workout program and maybe try this time nutrition out. Then you may have a glass of wine, or you may have a cheat or treat, but you have to know that going into that, if in your mind you are expecting to get these phenomenal results, but then you're going to have cheats and drink every single week, you just have to know that you won't get the same results. All right. But if you're looking at this more as balance and not looking at it on that extreme end, then that's okay, because that fits in line with the kind of results you want to get or the lifestyle that you want to live. All right. So I really think that it's got to be completely up to you. And then whatever decision you make, you got to own that decision. And you just know that, whatever your choices are, what you put in your body is what the results will actually look like. Okay. All right. I have to start training for my first half marathon mid-February. Thoughts? Good question. Somebody actually asked me that earlier today, and I went and found out the answer for that. I'm going to tell you actually what that answer is right now. So for those of you that do marathon training, all right, this was directly from Autumn. So here is what she said. She says, if you are training for marathons, you are not going to be in weight loss at all. Even if you are still wanting to lose weight, it'll be too much of a deficit doing the 80-day obsession workouts and that much running. So they should eat in maintenance and see how you feel. As for the workouts, it'll definitely be harder on certain days, and I wouldn't plan a long run on leg day or butt day, especially in phase 2 and 3. Longer runs should go on the cardio, core, and triple A. I can write this all out for you guys. Triple A is easier on the legs, and cardio core is a shorter workout. They're going to really need to practice their self-care, but it can be done. So that's your answer for that. All right. So, and self-care is a big thing that Autumn talks about in length. You will be sore. How many of you have done the week of a little obsessed and you were like, holy cow, I didn't realize I could be that sore. You are going to be that sore for 80 days. You will need by Sunday to take care of your body. You will need to make sure you get some Epsom salt. You're going to want to get a foam roller. You are going to need to get sleep. You are going to need to drink your water. When you are working and you are challenging your muscles and you are in your strength, you definitely need to take care of yourself. So when she talks about self-care and getting 7 hours of sleep a night, I want you to start thinking about that right now. Okay, how can I be mindful of my sleep? How can I be mindful of, how much I'm doing to my body? Am I overtraining? Am I overextending myself? Am I not eating enough throughout the day? Self-care will be really, really important for you during this program too. So we're not just like changing our body definition, but we are changing the way we look at the way we take care of ourselves as well. It's mind and body together. Okay. All right. So is there a way to fit this program realistically into a 2-week vacation, or better to start when you get back? So it's up to you. I mean, Paloma, I think you want to look at it and say, okay, do I have access to weights? You will definitely have access to Beachbody On Demand. You'll be able to, take those workouts with you wherever you go. You can pack your sliders, you can pack your bands, but you can pack your supplements, you can pack your Shakeology. What's your expectations? Yes, absolutely, you can do it for those 2 weeks while you're gone. Do you want to is the question. So you have to decide if you want to do it during those 2 weeks or not. All right. Beachbody, yeah, you can buy new bands, but they're not going to replace your bands. If they break, you'll have to buy new bands. Yeah. Okay. But yes, you will get bands with your purchase. All right, so I'll type up those deets for the marathon and get those to you, but let me go back. All right, so we're gonna go back. If you have more questions, you can keep them going, but I wanna go through sort of like the program options, because that's a big one, and there are a ton of program options that come with this program, right? So I'm gonna kind of walk you through them and then let you ask questions so that so you feel comfortable with those decisions. So let me go ahead and hit the little screen share again. So give me 1 second. Share my screen.